Suddenly, India has discovered, thanks to Shark Tank and in general, the spirit of entrepreneurship, India has discovered terms like equity, funding. The worst of that is the runway. The candidate said, how much runway do you have? How much funding have you raised and how much runway do you have? Founder was mindfucked. For me, money is really about, can you buy time with your money? Can you buy time to think long? Can you buy time to do things with quality? Can you buy time for yourself? The work or the money has enslaved them so much that whether they like it or not, they have to do the monotonous thing literally every day. Money occurs to me as a resource. And I've actually grown to realize that even more. Money, at least as of today, I can answer this in 2023. Money occurs to me as purely a resource to buy either other resources or time. So having more money means that I can equip my people with better laptop. I can take a flight. I can invest in marketing. I can invest in certain practices which are long-term. I can get better people on board because they have an opportunity cost that takes money. I also believe that money's costliest purchase is not, material. I think the best use of money that I find, at least today, is to buy time. So for me, at a professional level, money simply is as good, as the resource of all types and kind that I can get in. I can finance, I can purchase, I can rent to build the company, further to, get it to bigger outcomes. At a personal level, money to me means freedom. And freedom, I will define freedom a little, I don't know if differently or not, but a little nuanced view of freedom. I think for me that freedom is not about ki, oh, mujhe kisi ki sunni nahi hai or, I don't care. I don't think that happens or that ever happens or that ever should happen. At least I'm still, the founder CEO for my startup. So I need to listen to people for sure. And by people, I mean my customers and then my own teammates and probably the world. But freedom in terms of, at a personal level, I don't need to, wake up and worry about, doing things for the short-term gains. And having more money, to me, is the enabler for me to have much more long-term gains. So if I have more money, I can think 25 years instead of 5 or 10. But if I don't have money, I need to think next quarter or next month or next 15 days or next year, right? When you look at a startup, right, people, and nowadays there are a lot of this chatter about suddenly India has discovered, thanks to Shark Tank and in general, the spirit of entrepreneurship, India has discovered terms like equity, funding. The worst of that is the runway. Recently, I was talking to somebody and a founder told me that one of the candidates asked them, when they asked them that, oh, hey, do you have any questions about our company? The candidate said, how much runway do you have? How much funding have you raised and how much runway do you have? The founder was mindfucked. Not because, they didn't have a pretty answer to that. They were just mindfucked about the fact that this candidate is okay to join the company and they're assuming that one, we will not be profitable. We must not be profitable. We must be having a limited runway. And they're okay with that. They're trying to figure out how limited. So that founder was really brain fogged because they were profitable. So they were like, what is runway? We have unlimited runway. We make profit every month. Like, we can keep running. नहीं होगा प्रॉफिट तो बर्न लो कर लेंगे, पर चलते रहेंगे. मतलब रन में क्या होता है? When I look at somebody having 100 million in bank or a billion in bank, but they have a runway number, I don't really call them rich or prosperous. That definition changed. If you had asked me, I don't know, 4-5 years back, I would have probably said, ki, 100 million in bank is actually a good thing, even for a startup. Today I don't, because I know there is a expiry date to that. I know. So I think for me, money is really about, can you buy time with your money? Can you buy time to think long? Can you buy time to do things with quality? Can you buy time for yourself? And it simply means that if you don't want to do something, you don't do it. And if money can buy you that freedom, that's not the costliest buy, that's the cheapest buy. That's the best use of money. It's easier said than done, because you also need right quality of money for that. There are a lot of people who have money, but that money has also enslaved them. It is not because they have this lust of earning more. Think of it like this. Traditional businesses, they're full of it, right? So the world is full of traditional businesses where you will find somebody who's earning your dream income, but they still have to go to the factory every day. And the fact is that if they stop going to factory, business will collapse, right? Think of like a government contractor, or I don't want to name professions, but what I'm only trying to indicate is where the work or the money has enslaved them so much that whether they like it or not, they have to do the monotonous thing literally every day. If they enjoy it, great. Then I'm happy for them. I'm not judging them. But when they don't enjoy it and they have the money to actually, call freedom, but they can't buy freedom, that means the quality of money is a little, troublesome. So all money, does not come equal. So my view is that money is not about the number. Money has a color. If you have right colored money for yourself, with which you can buy time, with which you can buy freedom, at a personal level or at a professional level. At a personal level, it's easier to understand. I don't want to do something, I should not be forced to do it. At a company level, the money that I really enjoy is to take long-term bets. The fact that I can delay a release and not worry about it because we wanted to execute it with higher quality. Because I know that 3 months more and quality will be so good that we'll kill it in next, other quarters. The fact that we may not push a deal or we may not get a customer in at the wrong value because there is a quarter ending and somebody needs to complete his target, and we can tell them that don't worry, we'll get this customer next quarter at the right value, stay put, don't negotiate. That's freedom. That's brilliant. And to whatever extent we have earned it, we keep buying that freedom, and we are extremely ruthless in buying that freedom to whatever extent we can afford. And we have afforded it almost for last 11 years each time. Like whenever, to whatever extent we could afford it, I can tell you that we have afforded it. We have tried affording it, at each level.